This is the sound of a 4-month-old Cimarron black bear. This is Errol Flynn sword fighting in The Adventures of Robin Hood. This is Joe Campbell getting philosophical about heroes.
To something bigger than himself.
And this is one of the most well-known sound effects in cinema history. Here it is in Star Wars, one of the most celebrated and debated epics of all time. When Time magazine asked me to make a movie about Star Wars in anticipation of The Force Awakens, my first question was,
but why? Why?
What do you mean?
Hasn't the franchise been picked apart from every angle possible?
I bet you have.
Is there anything left to say when Darth sells cars, Lando beer, Yoda brisk?
Too old for this, I'm getting.
Not even politics are spared from comparison. But what makes Star Wars Star Wars? Is it the classic scroll lifted straight out of Flash Gordon serials? The iconic John Williams score? Even people who've never seen the movies know it.
Never heard of the Star Wars. Should I have?
Myths are public dreams.
Joseph Campbell once said, "Is Star Wars the ultimate public dream? A fairy tale space western that landed on Earth at exactly the right time and place?" But aren't there a ton of those in pop culture? Star Wars is just the best example, right?
As you wish.
Also, Boba Fett sounds just like Clint Eastwood.
Alive or dead, it's your choice. He's no good to me dead.
Who turned down the lead role in Apocalypse Now, the movie George Lucas once planned to direct before Star Wars. Harrison Ford has a small part in it too. And Lucas has said Coppola inspired Ford's character, Han Solo.
It's a good story. I think you just can't bear to let a gorgeous guy like me out of your sight.
This is Luke Skywalker saying no 10 times.
No.
Maybe it's best to understand Star Wars through the gadgets and robots that only show up in that world. The lightsabers, the X-Wing fighters, C-3PO and R2-D2. And while this world's design is essential, haven't we seen these sword fights before? These dogfights, these robots?
Surely you can do better.
Check out Darth Vader's mask. Vader's mask was inspired by samurai helmets, and by most accounts, the R2-C3PO storyline was jacked from Kurosawa's The Hidden Fortress.
You'll be malfunctioning within a day, you nearsighted scrap pile.
Here's a shot from Star Wars 7, which looks like this one from The Seventh Samurai. By the way, that's Toshiro Mifune. Who Lucas tried to cast as Obi-Wan and Darth Vader in the original Star Wars.
That's not true. That's impossible.
But the technology is from a world of its own. It looks lived in, dirty, real, used. George Lucas was the first filmmaker to let us connect with science fiction by allowing it to look like a place humans actually inhabited. Same with the way people talk.
You don't have to do this to impress me.
Just because the characters are from another time doesn't mean they have to sound like aliens.
Apology accepted.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
They have a sense of humor that was always absent in earlier iterations of the genre.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
Remember that 4-month-old Cimarron bear? Here he is, synchronized with recordings from a walrus, a lion, and a badger. Languages that sound like gibberish or droid speak always convey emotion in Star Wars. And this gives the films a City Lights, silent movie quality at times.
But you'll soon learn some respect.
The sounds, the characters, the sets, the effects, pure sense of good and evil. The lines.
Oh, I have a
very bad feeling about this.
What makes Star Wars Star Wars? Pretty much everything I mentioned. At the end of the day, it's about you and how much you're willing to be a kid when the lights go down.